After the elimination in Champions League, the win in Serie A over Cagliari that brought us momentarily in the top 4, we open a new chapter, or actually reopen a chapter, the one of the Coppa Italia, because tomorrow, 9 p.m. Italian time, we play against Empoli, but we already start speaking about it today. Maxi update about the injuries, and then the big question, Kolo Muani and Dusan Vlahovic, can they play together? Because apparently there is that idea of Thiago to play both of them extremely soon. He's already starting to do some tests, and we finish with some fun things, with some nice things. Is it beautiful? Question mark. The away, the home, and the third shirt has been leaked, has been revealed, so we'll go towards that with our first opinions about do we like it or do we not like it. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. Guys, when I'm telling you that we start speaking about the Coppa Italia today, it's not because Thiago will speak in front of microphones with the usual press conference. In Coppa Italia, there is no press conference. Not because it's a decision of Juve or Thiago that doesn't like to speak, no. It's like that for all the clubs. Why? I don't know. Supercoppa, we speak before it. We speak before Serie A games. We speak before Champions League game. We never speak before Coppa Italia games. Why? Question mark. I think it's a pity because I really like to hear the words of our coach, whoever it is, before games, especially after a game, the one of Cagliari. But it's a pity. It is like also because we're speaking about Coppa Italia, and if you do things like that, looks like it's a really minor tournament that we don't care about. No. I would have loved to hear my coach. Let me know what you think about it. But that's my own opinion. But why are we speaking about it today? Because today we already start with the third quarter final, the one between Inter and Lazio, and today we will already know who will be playing that semi-final against Milan. Will it be a derby della Madonnina? Will it be Lazio-Milan? We will discover that. But one thing is sure, looks like Inter, they don't care. They don't care that much about that competition because they're already thinking about the big game of this weekend, the first against the second, Inter against Napoli, and you see it in the predicted lineups. Taremi, Arnautovic, Aslani, Zielinski, Maxi rotation. Lazio is a bit more serious about the competition, something that we, Juventini, need to do as well tomorrow. We must play with our best team. I know that a few days ago, I told you here on the channel, the Coppa Italia will not be decisive for me to judge the end of the season or the complete season 24-25. I have a lot of things that comes prior to that. Entering the top 4, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, who knows, for some people, winning the Serie A. The progressions, the improvements, the way of playing, keeping 90 minutes, so not only playing one half. There are a lot of things that I consider extremely important to judge at the end of the season, and winning or not winning the Coppa Italia will not influence or impact that much. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to win it. Of course, I want to win the Coppa Italia because I am a Juventino, because every competition that we are playing it, we go for it, because we are already out of the Champions League, because probably we are already out of the run of the Scudetto. So Coppa Italia is important to me, also because, let's be honest, we have an easier road than the other part of Il Tabellone. Milan, Roma, Lazio, Inter, with already Roma eliminated, was on that side. We are with Empoli, Bologna, Atalanta, and Atalanta is already out. So the one that wins today between Empoli and Juve goes in the semi-final against Bologna. With all the respect for Italiano, with all the respect for Bologna, the ex-team of Thiago Motta, that history, we need to go. We need to win it today. We need to go and win in the semi-final. Also, the calendar, honestly, without the Champions League, is also not that you are accumulating games and games and games. It's quite well spread. The first game of semi-final is on the 2nd of April. The return is at the end of the month of April, the 23rd. And then you play before match day 37. You play on the 14th of May against Milan, Lazio or Inter in the final. So we have an easy road, and then it brings you money. It brings you money and also a ticket, a super ticket, because thanks to that ticket, if you are first or second in the final, you play that Supercoppa in Saudi Arabia next season for the prestige, for extra money. Super important. So yes, I want to go for it with the best possible team. Now, when I'm telling you best possible team, of course, we are a bit limited with 4 injuries last week. That's really problematic. Look, Douglas Luiz is the first one that we will speak about. For what reason? Yesterday he didn't do the test, so it will be today that will be at J Medical. Maybe already while I'm recording, he's in front of J Medical, or he already entered there. But the first rumors are not that great. He could risk 1 month of stop. seeing him back with the team after the international break of the month of March. It's the last one for season 24-25, and that's a huge big pity. Seriously, I remember the words of Thiago Motta after his really beautiful performance in Juve 2, PSV 1, where Thiago told us, and you didn't see anything at the moment because he's an extremely qualitative player. Look, it's a player that you see him on the field and you see that he has the quality. He could have been something beautiful, but at today, the 25th of February, it's really the end, nearly the end of, we are entering the last quarter of the season. Well, at the moment, we cannot not put the label flop on the name of the Brazilian 26 years old player because he didn't play a lot. I believe 14 games only, and not even from the start. We didn't see him really playing with continuity. We didn't see goals. We didn't see assists. We didn't see that creativity. We saw a player in the beginning of the season that was even committing some mistakes with these penalties given because of him or not. Who it is what it is, so it would be a real pity. Am I already thinking about the Douglas Luiz out? Look, guys, on the 25th of February, it's tough. It's really tough, especially because we have another one there in the midfield that is also not performing, Koopmeiners. So you cannot going again in a new season with these two players that not one and nor the other one are showing something. So yeah, I'm already thinking about Mercato exit. Luckily, there is a lot of offer or request from the Premier League, but let's see. Hopefully, it's the last one for the Douglas Luiz, and then from the moment that he's back, he can show us at least some qualities, because I would have loved to see Douglas Luiz performing at Juve. At the moment, it's not like that. Then the other player, Savona. We know it. He had growing pain. He had that small problem also before the game of Cagliari. Will be out 2-3 weeks, so between the 15 and 20 days. Also, probably him will not see him before the return of international competition, where probably he will not take part of. Let's see also for Savona, which limit our choices in the fullbacks. Speaking about fullbacks, Cambiaso, good news for him, but honestly, good news. Wait. Calma. I'm not sure if he will be there tomorrow. If I was Thiago Motta, I would not risk it. We saw what happened with Douglas Luiz. We try to accelerate the timing of them being there on the field, and then we play them because we have that temptation to play them. We play them and then they get injured. So let's rest him and think about the Verona game if he can play. But looks like we have some positive news there. I have a last one before speaking about Kolo Muani and Vlahovic is the name of Cabal. Cabal that yesterday went into the J Medical. Good news, because we saw him walking, and we also saw him walking totally normally, going towards his car that he was driving alone, which is good because 3 weeks ago it was not the case. He was still limping and he needed also someone to drive the car for him. Will he come back before the end of the season? No. On the other side, Kalulu, good news for him. He's really accelerating. We could possibly see him this week already training partially. In time for the game of tomorrow? No, forget about it. In time for Verona, maybe it will be too short, but we have good hopes for the game of Atalanta. Now we speak about the second or third topic of the video. We speak about Dusan Vlahovic and Kolo Muani. With two, it's better is the title of Gazzetta dello Sport, but also because I want to answer a lot of comments, questions, statements that I saw here on the channel that you want to push for Vlahovic and Kolo Muani together from the start. Why is he not playing with both of them? Look, until the elimination of PSV, I was totally against that decision. I didn't want to see them together because we had a lot of games, we had a lot of competition, because when we went on the market in the winter, the offensive market, we were looking for a vice Vlahovic that could possibly be the player, with Vlahovic becoming the vice of that player. We were not looking for a partner to Dusan Vlahovic. Milik will not be there. So if you play both of them, you need to be aware, conscious that when you return yourself, there will be nobody in that number 9 position. So then you will need to think again about the Weah, about Nico Gonzalez, about the Koopmeiners, about the McKennie, about the Kenan Yildiz, which were not ideal options. So it would be totally crazy. But of course, if you are playing only 1 game per week, it would be a crime to not see the most paid player from Juve there playing on the field, giving us what he gave us, for example, in that first half against Cagliari, and Kolo Muani that impressed all of us. Would be a crime to not see both of them. Of course, you have a lot of options up front. Kenan Yildiz, Bangula, Conceição, Nico Gonzalez, On top of that, you have a Cambiaso, you have a Wea that can play in these positions. So, of course, if you play both of them, a Kolo Muani as well, you're actually taking a spot from a starting player there on the wings, which would be a problem. You will tell me, Beppe, but then change the formation, play with two players up front. And that's a big question mark. And that's a big question mark because I don't think that Thiago Motta will change the way of playing. He will continue with that 4-2-3-1, 4-1-4-1, but always playing with one huge big number 9 there. So if you want to see both of them together, you need to be aware that you play with a Kolo Muani on the wing, left or right, I don't know. And also, you know that you have nobody else on the bench and you will sacrifice an extra player. Are you ready to sacrifice a player? Question mark. Who do you sacrifice? Because, of course, you need to continue with the players that are also there for next season. And that's another big one. Who will be there next season between Dusan Vlahovic and Kolo Muani? Do you want to push on Vlahovic knowing that he will leave? Or you already want to push on Kolo Muani where at the moment, honestly, black on white, there is no signature for a permanent signing or an extension of the loan of Kolo Muani. So it's a big choice, but I would try to think about this season arriving in the top 4, the best possible team. Is it with Kolo Muani? Is it with Kolo Muani? Is it at risk of Conceição not starting? It is at risk. Let's play with the best one that we have at that moment. Can we play with both of them together? We can. So my idea, my opinion slightly changed from a few weeks ago, but I would also think slightly about the future. Vlahovic already said no to Mourinho, to Fenerbahce. He dreams about Premier League, but he also said no to Giuntoli. He said partially yes to Thiago Motta. We start with Fenerbahce. He said no to Mourinho. There is that offer. They could even possibly pay the money for his salary, but he said no. I have other ambitions than going at the moment in the Turkish league. He said partially yes to Thiago Motta because he said until the end of the season we go for it. We go for it. I will give my max. What he showed also against Cagliari. So grande Dusan. But then he also spoke with Giuntoli saying no. At the moment, I don't extend at the conditions that you're giving me. I don't want to even hear about them. I don't want to sit. If it's to spread my salary over more years, so in the future, I will leave. With Juventus, that is already thinking about the market that will not go really high with a player with only 1 year of contract. We already lived that situation with Chiesa last year. What are the numbers that are speaking about 25 million euro for Dusan Vlahovic? And that was the risk. We knew it. We had 1 year to find a solution. We didn't find it. Did they accept? Didn't they accept? We don't know if they really concretely sat at the table. But at the moment, Dusan Vlahovic will be out. So is it right also to continue with him? In a way, yes, because if you don't play him from here until the end of the season, the 20 million, 25, forget about them. Probably you will not even have offers at the end of the season. We finish with that nice topic, the shirts. Look at that. We have the home shirt that has been revealed yesterday by La Maglia Bianconera. Always take it with a grain of salt, 85% accuracy, which is really a lot. But we see that Juventus will go with a pattern, a barcode pattern there with the stripes, huge stripes, wide stripes, extremely thin stripes. It's really that barcode effect. I'm really curious to see if they will all have the same length, the same wide, the width between the lines, or and maybe one shirt will be a slightly different than the other ones, or they will all have the same barcode effect. That's a really big question. We go with black and white, traditional black and white colors, with that pink that will be on the first shirt. I don't remember by heart a black and white first home shirt with a big pink details like the one of the logo of Adidas with the emblem of Juve and also the 3 stripes in pink. I don't remember that. Then that effect like this, guys, reminds me a bit of that 2003, but also that Team Geist, I think that it was called, from Adidas, so it brings me a bit of retro. Do I like it? I'm not a huge big fan of the design of that barcode. I think that with extremely regular lines it would have been better. So at the moment, even if I have no problem with that pink that is entering, I'm not the most convinced. I need to see it on the player. At the moment, I would give it a 6.5, but I really need to see it on player and also understanding if all the barcodes will be the same or if you will have some changes between one of them. Then we go towards the one that is the most controversial one since a few years now. It's that second shirt. Look, the strategy of the home, away, and third shirt have always been the same. Black and white, traditional for the home. The second one, you went with a deep statement, a deep color. That could have been one of the five. White, black, pink, yellow, or blue. And then the third shirt was the shirt where you had a lot of fun, a lot of creativity, targeting some markets that are not specifically the one of football. But it looks like since 2-3 seasons that changed that strategy, because we are going towards the second one that is the most controversial, the most debated one, the most disliked by the fan. And if you're looking at that one, I can understand that it's a shocking one for a second away shirt. This time we go with that light blue with water drop effect, with citron or limus yellow on the sleeves there, with white logos. Look, citrus yellow accent is nice, blue is nice, that blue base, light blue base, it's all nice. Yes, it's inspired by Italian summer. Is it the most beautiful shirt? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I'm thinking in the optic of a second shirt, an away shirt that I've always been used to, quite deep, quite boom, you choose one of the five colors and you go for it. That would have been beautiful as a third shirt, but I told you that strategy changed, because now when we are thinking about third shirt, we are going towards that partnership Adidas Juve, that is going towards that trefoil logo. Not only the trefoil logo, but also that zebra, that vintage logo of Juve that is there, inspired by the past, to show something different. We saw it already, the huge success that the third shirt of 24-25 had. Really beautiful also in material, in color, that golden details on that deep blue. Now this time we don't go with a regular, with that color. We go more with a kind of Mao, with that slightly cut here to not make it a total Mao color, but you go with that vanilla details on a deep black. Is it really deep black? I need to understand it. It looks like that, yes, but then if you look at the inspiration, they are speaking about the vineyards of Piemonte, a UNESCO World Heritage Site near to Turin. So you see that it's, yes, predominantly black, but I'm scared that it's a bit also a tint of Bordeaux in it. I am not sure when you're looking at the vineyards there. So I need to understand really if it's deep black or if you have a tint of Bordeaux. Really curious about that, but it's a beautiful one. It's a beautiful one. It's really a beauty. And if you have a beauty like that as a third, I can even accept some creativity on the away shirt. So this one, it would be for me a 9, easily a 9 on 10 rating. I'm a bit disappointed about the first barcode design shirt. That's the only thing. The second, do whatever you want with it. It's not the ugly one. I like it. But when I'm thinking about Juve, about all the classic shirt, probably it's not the most beautiful I ever saw. Let's see. Give me your opinion. I know that it's always a controversial thing. Always a debate. I know that a lot of people, as long as they don't see them on the player, they are totally disgusted. I never saw a shirt like that. It's the most horrendous thing I ever saw. Why? Let me know your opinion. Think about it. I think about the strategy of Juve. Grazie, forza. Juve.